I'm Ted. You're watching the Real Ted G podcast. Thanks for joining me. I have my producer Bing making a whole lot of cranking noises over there.
Oops, sorry.
So Bing, you asked me a question where you were talking with one of our agents, but you asked me a question and said, improve your
Pitch. And then we said pitches are for bitches.
Because sounds like bitch. I hate that word, Bing. Not bitch. I'm good with that word. I hate the word pitch. And in the last 24 hours, you were the second person that said, "Oh, what's your pitch?" Not to me. It said it to another agent, a brand new agent. Oh, the light should be this way. Yeah. And that is not how I was raised. That is not how I was trained. I was never trained to have a pitch.
What were you trying to have?
I have objection handling techniques. Oh, excuse me. I was trained to be able to handle objections. I was trained to have scripts that are tried and true. They've been around longer than time itself. But I was never told this is my pitch. I was never told this is a pitch. I hate that phrase. It's a very salesy phrase. And yes, we sell homes, but the good real estate agents are not salespeople. They are consultants. They're able to navigate difficult situations, and I'm always there to, number one, see what the client's needs are and see if we can figure out how we can get them to where they want to be, and of course, number two, make a sale, because we do have to make money at this. Otherwise, it's really just a hobby. So when it comes to the word pitch, I just never understood it. I understand someone having a pitch to, they pitch, when I interviewed media companies, they had a pitch. They said, we do this, this, and this. And this is, we are going to sell you something. When I go car shopping, there's a pitch. I can get you into this BMW and it will cost you less than your current payment. I understand how it works, but I think when a real estate agent starts thinking it's a pitch, then it fictionalizes it, because it's not a pitch, because every house is different. Every transaction may be similar, but everyone has a different situation. So you can't just say one pitch fits all. So that's why I think it's unfair to call it by that word. I'm really just perturbed by that word. Pitches are for bitches. Don't be a bitch. Put away your pitch. How about that? Let's see. Because I know
I'm clipping that.
I've been in front of clients where they've told me about my so-called competition. That's my pitch. I'm an asshole. That's my pitch.
That's my pitch.
My pitch is.
Did I have a pitch when I came to you? Or was I just like, hi, I do this?
Let's see. You were introduced to me by a mutual friend, and is that correct?
Yeah.
Because he knew that I was thinking about changing media company or changing media approaches.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
That was
here's the truth. You did have a pitch because you told me what you do, which is podcasts, and maybe you convinced me or you planted the seed. And this is where you planted the seed that maybe a podcast approach would be fairly nice. I mean, with the media company, we had a mock podcast. Mock podcast, yeah. And when I took over, I posted some of their stuff, and I was like, oh, it's got like 2 views. That's not. Yeah, and the truth is, when it comes to a pitch, that was great. You told me a different method, and I thought, okay, maybe it can work. And again, it was a work in progress, because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't expect that it would translate my, I don't know if we want to call it brand. I'm best when I'm helping a situation. So I know what my assets are, or I know where I excel. So for instance, I have a phone call conversation coming up because I have a commercial property that every buyer that's come up to that commercial property has consistently asked, is the owner willing to hold a note or hold paper? Owner financing. Well, this particular owner is not. A lot of commercial transactions do occur with owner financing in place, which is great. That's one of the fun things about commercial real estate. So I have this one situation. seems like we can find a buyer, but the buyer always needs owner financing. And my owner is not willing to do owner financing. So most people would find that as roadblock, right? Okay, if every buyer wants owner financing and this seller does not want it, we cannot connect. There's something right in the middle. Well, that's me. I'm right in the middle. So what did I think of? I thought, so why wouldn't I replace the owner? Find a different purchaser who likes investing and likes making his money work for him. He is a person that is perfectly willing to do owner financing. So what we're going to negotiate now is the buyer terms with owner financing. I found a different owner financer person, and I'm going to actually have them step in, make my seller happy with the transaction that he's going to obtain. And then this guy is going to step right into this role and fulfill the needs of this buyer with owner financing options. Everybody's happy. The buyer gets what they want. My seller gets what they want. This new owner gets what they want because they make their money work for them by holding private financing. Anyway, so that's very difficult to put in a pitch. So I don't know. There is a word for that. Difficult. So I don't know how to explain it, but it's very difficult for me to say, what's my pitch? My pitch is, if you're thinking about selling your home, or if you're thinking about making, going from point A to point B, I can figure out point 1A, 1A, 1B, 1B to figure it out. But back to the task at hand. Pitch.
Well, what's the alternative to a pitch? Like, what would you recommend to like agents when they?
I think the alternative to a pitch is when you go to a lawyer, they don't pitch. They actually ask questions, find out what your needs could be, and see if they can address them. When you go to a doctor, they don't say, oh, here, well, maybe some of them do. When you go to a plastic surgeon, it's different. But when you go to a real doctor and you have an ailment, and the doctor will ask questions, run tests, and give you options. So what's that called? A consultation. So I don't have a pitch. I have a consultation. And the consultation is if the person in front of me is asking for something, and I've asked the right questions to get those details, then we have to see if I'm the person that can help them get what they've asked for. So anyway, that's so it's really much more of a consultation.
I see.
Yeah, when I'm in front of someone, it's a consultation. Now, when you're prospecting, I guess that's when the two sides have to meet just enough. But that's what we call in prospecting a call to action. So, for instance, someone writes on a postcard, "Call me." Oh, they could write, "Call me." Then you might get different phone calls. But what would the person have to write? You have to write what's called a call to action. Call me, come with me if you want to live. That is the best call to action in film history.
Better than get to the chopper, which is number 2.
Get to the chopper. Is that from Predator?
I thought it was from Terminator.
Get to the chopper? No,
Now
I'll
you're
be
gonna
back.
make me Google.
Oh, that's not. That's
Now you're gonna make me
So
Google.
anyway, back to a call to action would be, call me if you'd like. If you'd like, what would you like? If you'd like to sell your house for top dollar, that's one call to action that some people could have. Or call me if you want to put my experience to good use when it comes to buying or selling your home. So anyway, that would be the closest thing that I can come up with to a pitch.
Predator.
It was from Predator.
It was from Predator.
Yeah. When it comes to pop culture, don't test me.
Don't test me either. I don't know shit. But so when you're so it's like kind of finding the best of both worlds when you're door knocking and you're prospecting is
yes.
the
And
concept.
cold prospecting is not the easiest thing in the world because you have to find the needle in the haystack. It's there though, and sometimes you have to convince the needle that it doesn't want to be in the haystack. And by convincing, I mean putting the right information out there to say,
It's not advantageous for you to be in the haystack anymore.
Yeah, and there's great opportunities. So, well, anyway, that's where. What's your pitch? I've never liked that word. I've just never liked that word. Because what do we say?
Pitches are for bitches.
Pitches are for bitches. I just can't find anything that rhymes with consultation. Nah, I'll figure it out. Well, so that's our pitch.
We're bitches, for real.
Of the real Ted G. You've joined my podcast. Thank you, Bing.
Thank you, sir.
Of course, you know where they can find us. Why don't you tell them?
Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, and there's something else, isn't there? Did I miss something? Instagram, Facebook.
Oh, you said Instagram?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh, then you got
Instagram,
everything.
Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify. Bingo. Goodbye, everyone.